The James Ibori, the governor of Delta State, and his principal advisor, Henry Maseka, then approached Vodacom South Africa. They sent a delegation to South Africa. They said to Vodacom South Africa, we have an opportunity for you to manage and operate Econet Wireless Nigeria. Vodacom, of course, were not aware of the dispute at that stage. They said, look, we will only come in if you allow us to buy 51% of the shareholding, as well as give us the management control of the company and remove Econet. So an offer arrived at the company brought by Mr. Maseka to the board. And he already had the voting support of the state governments. He presented the offer to the board. And I said I pulled out the shareholders' agreement. I said, look, our shareholders' agreement is very clear. If you want to sell shares to a party who is not an existing shareholder, you must first offer those shares to the existing shareholders. And we as Econet are more than happy now. We're in a position to raise the money and acquire this 51%. It is our right. So give us the offer. This wasn't part of their script. They hadn't expected that I would come up with this. So I simply said, give me the offer. And in terms of our arrangement, I have 30 days. If I don't come up with the money within 30 days, then you are free to sell to Vodacom. So, this creates an extraordinary dilemma for the people who wanted to get us out, because we have a right to buy these shares. And in fact, I immediately begin the process of raising the money to buy the shares that had been offered. Meanwhile, unbeknown to me, they then convene a meeting, another board meeting, but at which we are not invited. And at that board meeting, they decide that the only way to get out of this dilemma is to remove us as a shareholder. Now, you cannot remove a shareholder just like that. Particularly, a board can't do it. But this is what they proceed to do. They make an extraordinary decision. I receive a letter, essentially written by the chairman, in which he says that you are no longer a shareholder. We have cancelled your share certificates. We have removed you from our register. We no longer recognize you as a shareholder. Now, the interesting thing, this very chairman, Mr. Obao Tudeko, later wrote in a sworn affidavit that that decision he knew was wrong. He has stated so in writing. He knew that there was no legal basis for the decision. He just said he was outvoted in the meeting when he told his colleagues this cannot be done. So the courts of the country have been made to go through an 8-year process, spending millions of state resources, pursuing something which the chairman of the company called a tactical decision to force Econet to the negotiating table.